I am Lo-Fi Thrasher Lenny Blade, and this is the Retro Hunter Thailand show, and yes, today we will be talking about thrash. I know, for a guy who calls himself the Lo-Fi Thrasher, I don't talk that much about thrash, do I? But tonight is the night. So, we'll be talking about one of the most underrated German thrash metal bands of all time. In my opinion, I know that there are, most thrashers would disagree. So out of the German, the so-called Teutonic Big Four, or whatever they're called nowadays, Tankard is the only band that has kept more than one member throughout their whole career. It's the only band that have that's released, consistently, at the very least, good albums, like throughout their career. And they've been playing live the whole time, and they're just an overall good band. And I think nowadays people dismiss them as being just like the fun beer thrash band, and I don't see what's wrong with that, to be honest. But then again, I'm not. Well, no, I'm not gonna go there. So I will be taking a look at the For 1,000 Beers box set, Tankard Boxset. To start off with, look at the colors. Look at the cover. It sucks. It's really ugly. Take a look at that. I don't know if this is going to zoom in or not, but the colors suck. The logo sucks. The back. How bland can you get? Oh my god, it's an awful looking box set. I hate the look of it. The only thing I do like is that it looks kind of like a carton of beer, like a whole box of beer. So I do like that about it. But there are another thing that I'm pretty pissed off about. So we'll address that right away. So let's get down to the table and let's take a look.
Alright, so let's address the elephant in the room here. Almost no lyrics in this box set. Okay, so let's take a look. This is the original release of the Alien mini LP, which is one of their best releases in my opinion. As you can see, it comes with an inner sleeve with extra artwork. You've got the lyrics to all the songs. Everything is perfect. Right now we will take a look at the Alien repressing that comes as a bonus in the box set. As you can see here, first of all, the paper stock is a lot thinner. And there's nothing in there. No lyrics, no inner sleeve, no extra artwork, nothing. And instead, throughout the box set, they have all these interviews with Garrett, the singer, and like some liner notes and things like that. And I'm not against that if it's done right. That could be a cool thing, but not at the expense of lyrics. Like take a look at this example, for example. This is the repressing of the very excellent and classic Invocator demos. You can see here we've got all the covers of the demo tapes. We've got liner notes, lyrics, really cool layout. We have zine appearances. We have, did I mention lyrics? And, gig posters and flyers. And there's so much information, so much extra stuff for the fans here. And this is done by a small company from the Czech Republic called Dementia. They were the ones that released this one. So if they could do this good a job, why can't BMG or Noise, a much bigger, companies, why can't they include the lyrics to the to the Tankard box set? Especially considering the fact that Tankard is a very image-heavy band, and a big part of that are those beer-drenched lyrics. And I don't want to pull out my old records just for the lyric sheets, or sit staring at my phone like an idiot while I listen to vinyl and drink beer. I want to look like an idiot while I just listen to vinyl and drink beer. You know what I mean. Alright, enough with the negatives. All albums on here sound great, and they come in a variety of like hipster colors. Zombie Attack is the first record, and I understand them not printing the lyrics to this one, because apparently when they took the lyrics to the Noise headquarters, they said, oh, these aren't so bad, they don't even make sense, like we're not gonna print this. So that's okay. Anyways, but I like this album a lot. It's very fast, thrashy, and a lot of fun. Favorite tracks are probably Maniac Forces, Empty Tankard, Thrash Till Death, Mercenary, and Zombie Attack, I would say. And you can tell by the intro and the cover art and the lyrics, maybe, at least the titles, and the fact that the band members very often wore movie shirts, that they were great movie buffs as well. And that resonates with me, of course. If you know me, I also like my movies as well. So that's all good. Next up, we have Chemical Invasion, which is a total masterpiece in my opinion. The first song I heard from this album was Total Addiction, which is the opening track, but it was included on this compilation by my favorite record company back then, Noise Records, and it was called Doomsday News, by the way. Anyways, and it also introduced me to a couple of other bands like Scanner and things like that. Favorite songs on this one, probably Total Addiction, Tantrum, Chemical Invasion, and Farewell to a Slut. This album also includes the namesake of this compilation, which is an instrumental song called For 1,000 Beers. Next up would be Morning After, which is pretty much a natural continuation of Chemical Invasion. This would be the last record by their crazy drummer Oliver, who wrote the lyrics to the aforementioned Farewell of a Slut from the previous album. I mean, fave tracks, Commandments, Shitface, TV Hero, FUN, the title track, and Mon Cherie, I would say. So the next album up is their most successful one, I think, which is The Meaning of Life. It's still fast and thrashy and catchy and very well produced. This is the first record with the new drummer Arnulf, which does a great job, I think, on this one. This comes as a gatefold in the box, with the aforementioned Alien mini LP. My personal favorite tracks from Meaning of Life is Open All Night, Bermuda, Space Bear, and Barfly. And favorite tracks off of Alien is like all of them. At around this time, they also released like a live album, which is also worth picking up, I think. After The Meaning of Life was 1992's Stone Cold Sober, which has an insane runtime of about 59 minutes or something like that. And it was the first Tankard album to be released on CD. And it features Tankard's first song sung in German. Freibier, 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 für alle. Freibier. The last track of the album. And this album was also the last one I got back then, before getting back into Tankard with Disco Destroyer like 5-6 years later or something like that. And I appreciate this album a lot more now than I did then. And I think the reason that this was not very successful was because they did not change. You know, they kept going, the thrash route, so to speak. But anyways, after that, we've got 1994's Two-Faced. And this one fared even worse than the predecessor. I think also because they kept somewhat true to their style. It's still fast-paced thrash metal. However, I think the absence of drink-related lyrics had all the old-school fans, such as myself, scratching our heads. I remember watching the Minds on the Moon, or whatever it's called, the video song off of this on MTV, and like scratching my head, This is the last album with Arnulf as the drummer. And one cool thing about this re-release is that this album also brings the Tankwart mini album as a bonus here. And I actually went to see Tankwart at Wacken in 98 or 99, and I had just had a chest operation, so I was still in stitches, when I went to see. And I stood, on the outside of the mosh pit, but then they went into The Morning After, and the whole tent exploded, and I got caught in the mosh pit, and all my stitches came out. So I bloodied my white Slayer shirt, I remembered. But anyways, enough of that anecdote. This is the last album to be featured in this box set, and it's called The Tankard, and this is the one by far I am the least familiar with. But I listened to it twice, and I still think it's pretty damn good. There are some really good stuff. It's still pretty fast-paced thrash metal, and I think I think this is even more closer to the early stuff than Two-Faced was. And also they got some beer-related lyrics on this one as well, so there is that. So it's time to take a look at, the bonus stuff here. So this is the DVD that comes in the box, and it brings the classic Open All Night video from East Berlin, and it also has a video from '87 and 2 audio uptakes as well, 2 live shows from the '80s, so that's pretty cool. And it also comes with this kind of neat booklet, but I mean, if you compare this to the Creator box set that I did a review of a couple of months back, I mean, there's a big difference in quality here, even though, I mean, this is good. And, you get some cool photos, some gig posters, some flyers, and some stuff like that, a little bit of liner notes, snippets of lyrics, a line here and there, but wouldn't this have been the perfect place to include all the lyrics, or am I just crazy? Anyways, I do recommend this box set, especially if you don't have the original vinyl releases. And even if you do, if you just love Tankard, just get it. It's very price friendly compared to a lot of other vinyl box sets coming out now, so there you go.